everyone. Welcome to another episode of TorontoTV Cares. I'm your host, Eva Phung. So it's 2 days left to the Oscars, and it's going to be the 79th Annual Academy Awards, where Hollywood's going to be celebrating the best of the motion pictures and actors and actresses of the year. However, tonight we'll be discussing another event called Oscar Goes to Africa. I'm joined here today with Razul Verji, and he is one of the coordinators as well as one of the sponsors of this event. Is that correct?
Correct, yes. I'm the co-event organizer with Rispa Dala, and we're Mobile Miser, my company, is also a sponsor of the event.
Okay, so this event is also going to be on the same night as the Oscars, is that correct?
Correct, yeah. On Sunday it will be on from 6:30, and we'll have our own red carpet, and we'll start with the Oscar TV broadcast at 8 o'clock.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about this event? Like, how does it link with the Oscars?
Really, the idea came to us when I saw The Last King of Scotland with Forrest Whitaker, and I think it was Oprah who said that he should be a shoo-in for the Oscar, and at that time there was a lot of buzz about that particular event and that particular movie. There was also Blood Diamond with Leonardo DiCaprio, and my feeling was that this year with the Oscars, and they have billions of people who tune into the Oscars, that the focus would be on Africa. And so I came up with the title Oscar Goes to Africa, and this was at the Kenya Jamhuri Day. That's our Independence Day on December 9th, which we also had at the Manyata Courtyard Cafe. And we came up with the idea that this is what we would do, and that's how we started. We also had to find a foundation that was well respected and was committed to providing funds to the grassroots. And the Stephen Lewis Foundation helps to ease the pain of HIV/AIDS in Africa and at the grassroots level. And it was very important for us to have a creditable charity that we would give the money to. The other thing that we decided was that we wanted 100% of the funds to go to the charity.
Yes.
And so that's what we did.
So this event, it benefits HIV and AIDS research?
It's not really research. It provides care to women who are ill and struggling to survive, assists orphans. It's really grassroots level care in Africa. And I think many of you know that sub-Saharan Africa is just over 10% of the world's population. It's home to more than 60% of all people living with AIDS, HIV/AIDS. That's 25.8 million people. So there really is a pandemic in Africa.
Yes, and as you mentioned, Oprah, she has focused a lot on Africa.
Correct.
And I believe recently she also opened a school
Correct.
in Africa.
Right.
So why do you think, like, I feel like it's a recent thing, why do you think recently everyone's focus has been on Africa? Like, prior to the movies, Oprah did a lot of work for Africa already. So do you think she's impacted a lot of the attention there?
I mean, I think Africa has always been, tended to be a flavor of the month type of thing. There have been lots of times where Africa comes and goes. But I think now the focus is on Africa. And really I must emphasize that the focus is not on the devastation or just the poverty, AIDS. Africa is so much more than that. And this is something we want to be doing, which is we want to be celebrating Africa. Africa's incredible music. In fact, we've got a CD that we're putting together for this event, which is going to be sold at the event. African musicians who live here, who have written about Africa, have donated their songs, and there's a 13-track CD which is being put out for this event. So there's much more to Africa than just AIDS and poverty. And Africa's a beautiful country. We are from Africa. Myself, I'm from Kenya. I was born in Uganda. Rispa Dala, who has been a very key person in putting this whole event together, is from Kenya herself. David Nganga, who's the chef at Manyata, is from Kenya. So we are Africans that know what is happening in Africa, and it's very important to us that this event is seen as Africans helping Africa, which is a very important part also of this whole endeavor.
So this event not only benefits people in need, but it's also a celebration, like you put it, and getting people aware of what they can expect if they ever visit, or just get them more knowledgeable about the country.
Correct. I think that's very, very important. I mean, you can have something happen in Uganda and everyone thinks that Africa now should not be traveled to. I mean, I think that generally we live in a global village, and it's very important for us all to be knowledgeable about what's happening around the world. And it's very important that Africa is seen as a beautiful country.
Absolutely.
We all came from Africa.
Yes.
And therefore, Africa is very special. When people visit Africa, it never leaves your body.
So this is really a project that is close to your heart.
Absolutely, 100%.
And because you made this turnaround in such a short period, from December 9th, you came up with the idea, and it's launching Sunday, February 25th.
But again, these things don't happen without the efforts of lots and lots and lots of people. Our sponsors have been incredibly generous. And one of the points that have been made to me is, well, how can you give 100% of the funds to charity, which is a very important fact. First of all, when people book tickets online at maniata.ca,
actually, we do have the website here that we can take a look at. So it's maniata.ca.
Correct. That's what it is. And just even on that, the website has been designed by a very talented young art student from OCAD called Philip Sportel, and this has all been donated by him. And his other person who works on it is Adam, the Brandeis, who's also worked on that. So it's very important that we acknowledge people who've given their time and effort to this. So when you go to the website, and if you want to book tickets, you can book your ticket online, and what happens is that once you put your name down for a reservation, you're then taken to a site where you can make payment online. And the money we never see the money. The money goes directly to the Stephen Lewis Foundation, and you get a tax receipt for the full amount of money. All the other expenses have been either sponsored or donated by the various sponsors. So we have food from Maniata and the Spice Room and Chutney Bar. Greg Couillard is a chef that's very well known in the city. He's opening his restaurant there. And we've got Hero Burgers, we've got Swiss Chalet, we've got Tironi, we've got Dufflet Pastries, and the list goes on.
Yes.
We've got coffee, we've got tea, Lecheri is giving the tea, the coffee. So it's amazing what we've been able to get from the various people, and we're close to selling out. I think there are probably 10 more tickets left, so we should have about 250 to 300 people there.
Yes, I saw on the website that we were expecting 300 to 400, and we're already reaching the 300 mark.
Correct.
Which is excellent, because they still have 2 days till the event, and it's already sold out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you have, like you mentioned, an incredible list of sponsors. Like, everyone just wants to be a part of this great event. And that is your logo
That's
there.
Well,
I do want to discuss this later on in this show. Now, with this event, I believe there is a theme. There's an African theme, because you said that there's the food and the music. So, attire-wise, dress-wise, would this be considered African?
Absolutely, it's wonderful.
Well, I will be there, so
that's good.
I got my outfit ready.
But yes, the ladies have been calling, and Rispa has received a lot of calls saying, what should we wear? What does Safari Elegant mean? So
it'll be interesting.
It is going to be interesting.
It'll be interesting. A lot of beautiful people with very unique outfits.
That's right. That's right. And we also have some Maasai there who will be looking after the security and keeping away people who are not supposed to be there.
Oh, yes, definitely. And there's going to be a big screen where people are going to actually watch.
Correct.
The
Well,
Oscars.
I think one of the things that we found was that people actually do want to come and watch the Oscars. So there are a couple of people who actually normally have Oscar parties at their homes. One particular friend of mine normally has it's her birthday, in fact, on that day.
Okay.
So she normally has people going out to somewhere to have dinner and everything, and she's decided this year that they would not give her a birthday present, and that she would much prefer if they come to this event and donate the $100 to charity.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Which was incredible. I think they've got about 25 people, so thank you, Ryder, for that.
Wow, that's amazing how when people like give, it just snowballs.
Exactly.
It just snowballs, and then I guess that explains your list of sponsors and the people coming. And it's just.
Well, there's always a fear of donor fatigue, because everyone's always asking for money and always going out to try and raise money. It was very important that this didn't become a who's who or who's there or who's not there and what celebrities. And certainly the press is very much into, like, can you tell us who's coming and who's there, and we really try to keep away from that. So people who have come here have donated $100, not because necessarily it's for the free food or the free drinks. We've had an amazing support from Amarula, which is a South African liqueur. Their logo is there. They represent the spirit of Africa. They're wonderful, and they've given us a lot of support. South African wines. So yes, once again, I have to thank the sponsors very much for what they've done for us. Yeah.
Now, what if besides the $100 for the ticket, what if people want to donate more? Is that
well, it's
possible?
interesting. Yeah, I'm glad you raised that. There are different ways of doing it. Indigo, for instance, have going to be setting up a little bookstore there, and Stephen Lewis's book called A Race Against Time, and several other books that either Stephen Lewis or he's written or he recommends will be on sale there.
Can you show it?
Sure. Indigo will be giving 15% of the revenue to the Stephen Lewis Foundation. We've got 1,000 Villages, which is a store in Toronto that actually has arts and crafts made in Africa that is sold here. They'll be selling, and part of the proceeds will be going to the Stephen Lewis Foundation. We have our CD, which I told you, which will be sold for $20, and all the proceeds will be going there. So there are various ways. I'm sure there's going to be some sort of voting of who you think is going to be the best actor. My vote is Forrest Whitaker, of course.
Yes.
And you'll be able to pay $2, and then the winner will get a bottle of Amarula. And so it's going to be a very fun, interactive evening.
That's
and
good.
we will have a big screen, and it'll be a great evening. Looking forward to it.
And now there's a big screen where we can watch the Oscars, but there's also, as you mentioned to me earlier, there's those people who just want to mingle and party, and there's like a separate.
Well, it's not going to be separate, but there's going to be a lounging area. But it's a large space. The Manyatta Courtyard Cafe. It's in Hazelton Lanes.
That's in Yorkville?
That's in Yorkville, yeah. And free parking. Again, the mall itself has given us free parking.
Oh, wow.
So parking is free, and everyone will be able to enjoy the event, and if they're there just to meet people and talk and have something to eat and to drink, it'll be a great event.
So, so we mentioned where it is, but what time does it start again?
It starts at 6:30.
And it runs till?
Runs to as long as the Oscar goes. Being a Sunday, we have to be closed by 1 o'clock.
Right.
But the Oscars normally run until about 11:30. And after that, we'll invite people to stay on. There's a live band, there's music, there's DJ, and we hope people will just have fun and hang out.
Well, I'm very excited about the event, and please check out the website, just in case there are a couple tickets left. It's really tight, but definitely check out manyatta.ca. Now, I want to talk more about your other company, Mobile Miser.
Right.
We do.
So you've got the logo there. Okay.
So can you tell us a little bit about this company, because it's a website that you can go to. It's mobilemiser.com. Now, what service do you provide?
So Mobile Miser is a company. I've been in the telecom business for many years. Mobile Miser is a company that I set up for my own reasons, and that was to save money. I have a son in London and got friends in different parts of the world, so it was very important. I only have a cell phone. I gave up a landline about 2 or 3 years ago. So basically what I did was to convert my plan into an unlimited incoming call plan. Every company now offers one. Fido obviously has been the one out there for a long time, that you can get an unlimited incoming call plan. Rogers has one, TELUS has one, Bell Canada, Bell Bermuda has one. And what you do is you go onto the website. It's free to register. You register up to 8 numbers that you call often, and you get a callback direct number. So the first number I register is my son's number in London, and the callback direct number is 647-476-7081. The next person 7082. The next person 7083.
You have a training,
Yeah.
little training
Mhm.
thing. Joseph, let me know if we can actually hear it, and I'll click it. I found it very helpful just to
Right.
watch it
Right.
myself, so see if the audience can see it.
That's great.
Oh, actually, I have to turn up the volume.
Just want to go back.
Can we start again?
Yeah.
Do we click back here?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try this again.
Okay.
Welcome to Mobile Miser's Callback Direct. Callback Direct is easy to use. When you sign up, you'll be given callback direct numbers for friends and family you want to call. Simply enter their telephone number in the fields provided. The number to dial for each person is listed below. For example, let's say you put Mum's number as your first contact. Just below Mum's number, you will see the access number 647-476-7081. This is the number you store on your cell phone and call when you want to speak to Mum. When you dial 647-476-7081, you will get a busy signal. Hang up. You will get a call back and be connected automatically to Mum. It's that easy.
It really is that easy.
It's very simple, actually. Very, very simple. So, so I've got my son in my address book. If I want to call him, I go to his name, call the number, and it rings busy. So you're not charged for the call. You get a call back immediately, and that's an incoming call, so it's part of your plan.
Oh.
And it connects you directly to my son in London at 6.9 cents a minute.
That's great.
So it gets rid of airtime, and it's really proved very, very popular. You can call China, I think, for 4 cents a minute. So it's
I'll definitely check
pretty-
that out then,
yeah.
because I know we have a lot of Asian fan base, so definitely check this out. They're great rates, and there's a free trial, so you can join and
Yep,
try it out for...
there's no charges. A lot of people obviously use calling cards. This is it's not. There are no connection fees. There are no hidden charges. No monthly minimums. Your money is yours until you use it. So it's really made very simple.
So you mentioned that you started this because you have family and friends all over the world. So how, like, what in your background, educational-wise or career-wise, enables you to come up with something like this?
I'm from Kenya, so and then I went to school in England, and so I've been an entrepreneur all my life. And I've been in the telecom business for many years. I was in the wholesale telecommunications business. I was one of the original founders of Telepersonals, which then became Lava Life, which a lot of people seem to know about.
Yes.
And from then I went on to create several different companies. It was Atlas Telecom, which was in the wholesale business. And so I have a background in telecommunications, and I have an interest in technology, so the two together enables me to put together interesting programs and services. Yeah.
Well, you're definitely a busy man with this, and then you running the Oscars for Africa. That's amazing. So is there anything else you want to tell the audience about the event that we haven't covered, or maybe just invite them to come over on Sunday to check it out?
Sure, I think I really look forward to, as I said, it'd be great. Tickets are limited. It's always great to be involved in an event that's sold out, but keep an eye on it, and just be concerned about Africa, and look at the Stephen Lewis Foundation, which is great. And there are many places you can give your money to, but Africa certainly needs it. And we hope that we'll see you support this and the Stephen Lewis Foundation in the future.
I know this event is not supposed to be name dropping, but you did mention to me someone pretty well known gave you a call or gave you a letter, and who might that be?
Yeah, we've had we did ask. I should mention this. We did ask Stephen Lewis to be the guest of honor. As everyone knows, he has a very, very busy schedule. He has not been able. He's unable to be at the event. He's not in town. His wife, Michelle Landsberg, is the guest of honor. We're very happy to have her there. And Stephen has sent a special message to us in terms of what we're doing and how sorry he is he's not going to be there. And a member of his foundation board is Grâce à Michel, who is Nelson Mandela's wife, and she sent a special message to us, once again congratulating us on what we're doing. And it was really great to get a message from her. She's an African, she's a leader, she's a woman, she's a mother, and it's wonderful. She's a grandmother. It's wonderful to get a message like that from her.
Great. Well, I want to thank Razul for joining
Thank
us today and just letting us know about this great event. This company, Mobile Miser, is definitely something you should check out, mobilemiser.com. It's the website, so definitely check that out and save money by calling your friends, loved ones. And so that's our show for today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.